Okay, so I did a test run with the Lightning in the, I think it's 340 kilometer racetrack through the trench mission, and the time was 27 minutes 20, and I made one error where I um, basically took the Lightning into a deep buffet. I'd run out of energy. I was below the speed at which basically lift and stuff functions properly, and that led to a crash. Basically buffed him below 300 knots, and then that's it. The plane's not turning anymore. I think the Lightning's got everything that I need to complete this to beat that record and try not to make an error. And you can't do this in the Lightning under real world circumstances, but I'm gonna put it in the burner for. I'll try to do all mission, but um, there might be some portions where actually I need to cut speed or something like that. But apart from that, I'm gonna kick in the burners and see what we can do. And I think the guy who built the track said the average is like 34 minutes, and I read through the comments, and like people were saying they died 18 times. And I did try yesterday with a fully loaded Buccaneer, and the Buccaneer was fine up until some of the tight turns, and it just couldn't. It ran out of energy and speed, and then couldn't turn, and then ended up in the cliff. So I could have done an unloaded Buccaneer, but I tried with a fully loaded Buccaneer. So anyway, let's go do this. So I want a custom battle. I'll create the session. This is the trench mission that I've got here. Start. Blah blah. One lap. Um, apply it and pick the Lightning. Make sure that Lightning's picked. Ready. Start. So I have to say, for most of the mission, most of the turns, the Lightning is fine. It's just the ones that are, I'd say, the full on 9G um, push to the limit turns are um, a bit of a challenge, and I suspect they're a challenge for any aircraft. And it's if you hit a low energy state where you're not getting turn anymore, I think that's going to be uh, where everyone runs into trouble. Lightning has um, pretty good thrust to weight. So if you've got a plane that's got more thrust to weight than Lightning, you should, I think, be able to go. Let's head into the cockpit. Let's get in here. Right, full burn. Let's go, Lightning. I try and track into the circles to line them up before I go through them. I don't always get that right, but let's try and do that. Next one's to my left, so hit the right corner and then buckle in. Don't hit the wall. How are we doing? 780 miles an hour. Pushing on. Again, I'm angling here to the left side because the next circle is to the right, so try and make that line there. Oh no! Crap! Okay, so I'm going to restart. Because I don't like that. That was a bad error. It actually felt like I was going too fast. Um, Oddly enough, felt like I. Why? Yeah, it felt like I actually drifted into the side of the cliff. and then didn't have enough turn energy to get away from that. So let's try again. Starting from the scratch. This is actually a multiplayer mission, so you could play with friends. It even allows shooting each other down, which I think is not very sporting, but anyway. Right. Let's try and get it right this time. We're doing Mach 1.08 here on start entry. Keep the burners in. Let's go. Kilometers or 360 kilometers, whatever the map is. I mean, it's only a game, and you can see that I would overstress the aircraft in the turns. 13G, I had the pilot. 13G nonsense going on here. Lightning didn't have any electronics that would G-limit you like, say, an F-16, which won't let you bypass 9G. But it is what it is. Pushing 770, 800 miles an hour. $830, $840, $850. I'm not even sure Lightning would do $850 at low level. If I remember right, it was kind of 650 knots was it? It might have done faster actually, because I think they may have told pilots not to exceed things at a certain altitude for the plane not being capable. Wall here because to get a decent shout at the next thing. So I probably need to get on the left side here for the next one. This is where the canyon starts to this is a set of jagging turns that is difficult, so let's stay ahead of the curve here. Oh, I think I just made that one. That's tight. We've done 66 of the 213 hoops. Dropping out of afterburner for a moment. It doesn't let you stay in burner all the time anyway, but I want to keep it back for a second here in case I need torque thrust. Because these are jagged now. To be careful because this is where I got it wrong. Careful with burners, let's go. Okay, so I'm past the point which I crashed on the test run. This area, if I remember, is a very jagged, dodgy area here. This is a real which way you going kind of thing. Get lined up before you go through. In case I need a little boost at some point. This looks like a hard right here and a left. Pull in here. Lighting's fine up at these speeds. It's only if I drop down below, say 400 after a set of heavy turns where suddenly the plane will run out of flight energy and it won't then turn. Maintaining good pace through here. Just want to watch this corner. This looks like it's going to be a sharp. charged up attitude, and so I'm not stalling, but low energy. Pushing through to 600. Quite supersonic. There we go. Back one. And we're really in a tight spot there. Get over to the left here because there's still a bunch of turns to go. Oh no! Crap! Okay. It's the one crash I didn't want. Because I'm going to have to get around that corner, and that is tricky now. So, didn't want the crash. Did not want the crash, but dearie me. Let's kick in the burners, let's go. Going so well there. One small mistake. There are old pilots and there are bold pilots, but there are no bold pilots. Canyons are difficult. To be fair, once you've got the lightning turning, as long as you don't run out of energy, she'll stay with you. She'll pull pretty hard, so that was my fault that error. It was the lacking part of the plane. That she won't be turning with you. This is a difficult one. I'm out of thrust with no afterburners now and down to 450. Got to be a little bit careful here because down to 300. Asking for burners but not getting them. Okay, now I've got them. into that section where there's a lot of tight turns, and I want the burners for when I need them rather than just overuse now. And I think given the drop in here, we'll be going over 700 tomorrow, which is fine. I guess it's going to be tricky this time. Stay close to the wall. Close to the energy limit on a couple of these. Some below 400, I'm in trouble. So highly swept wings and on the downside. We've hit 174 checkpoints out of 213. 19 minutes and 48 seconds. Let's kick in the burners again. Speed. Let's go, let's go. Here. Shit. Oh. Wow. That's 2 crashes. So 2506.059, two deaths.